I'm tired. I've been going through this for this long. I've been struggling with this. I am just weary. I'm sick and tired. So let me make sure I'm being relevant here. Anybody weary? All right. I just want to make sure we're relevant. So he's speaking now. There's the sufferer. That's the person that's going through pain. But this is the weary one. The one who, because of what they may be suffering, is not sure they can go on any further. Not sure they can make it. Want to throw in the towel. What happens when you get weary, no matter what's caused the weariness? Then let him call on the elders of the church, and they are to pray over him. In verse 13, you are praying for you. Anyone suffering, let him pray. But in verse 14, you need help. Because your prayers are not getting through. In fact, you don't even feel like praying anymore. When life beats you down long enough, deep enough, you can get tired of dealing with God. Now that doesn't sound spiritual, but all of y'all know that's true. You don't feel like talking to God right now. God seems absent from you. The telephone line is off the hook. It's busy. You're not breaking through. You're just mumbling the same words over and over again. You feel like you're talking to yourself. He says, okay, now at that point that you hit weariness, you need more than you. So he says, go to the elders of the church. That should represent the spiritual leadership of the church to get support for a breakthrough you have not been able to get on your own. Every Sunday morning, before each of the services, the elders meet. And on a regular basis, we are praying for some member that has called to speak about their situation, their weariness, or their suffering. And so we schedule them for a time of prayer before the service that they come to. We had a prayer today from a sister who's here this morning. And the one word that was used in our time of prayer was, I'm tired. I'm tired. That's this word. That's this situation. Nothing is happening. God hasn't changed anything yet. And I'm just tired. Will you pray for me? This is when people want to give up, throw in the towel. That means you need some other folk who can cry out for you because you are too tired to cry out for yourself. He says you go call the elders of the church and let them pray because you may not be able to. That's why you are to be a part of a local church so that when you can't go on, somebody else can keep you going on. You're not to be a Lone Ranger Christian. So there must be spiritual people, since they represent the church. It's talking about the environment. People who can carry you when you can't carry yourself. Reminds me of the story in Mark chapter 2, verses 1 to 12. You got a lame man, a paralyzed man. He can't get up. He can't get up. He's been laying there a long time and he can't get up. But he had 4 boys. He had 4 posse, 4 his homies. They came, and it says, and they picked him up and took him to the house where Jesus was. It says they cut a hole in the roof and let him down in front of Jesus. And then it says, when Jesus saw their faith, not the man's faith who was laying down, when he saw his homie's faith, when he saw the 4 brothers who picked him up, when he saw their faith, he healed the man. The man couldn't get up on his own, but he had some folk in his life who cared enough about him to reach over, pick him up, lift him up, carry him to Jesus, drop him down. And when Jesus saw the 4 men, he said, I'm going to heal you for their sake, because you can't get up on your own. I wish I could come in and tell you this morning, if you are a committed Christian, you won't get tired. Oh, but some of God's most tired Christians were committed Christians. Paul said he was ready to give up on life in 2 Corinthians chapter 1. He was ready to throw in the towel until God lifted him up. So just believing in Christ and being a Christian doesn't mean you don't suffer, and it certainly means you don't get weary. But God does not want you to deal with your weariness alone. He says, let them pray. He goes on and he says, and then let them anoint him with oil. Let them anoint him with oil.